It's your boy Dave.
Yeah, boy!
And with me as always is the hype man, Shane.
I am so fucking hype.
He's so hyped.
I am hype.
And beautiful. AKA the Shane Board. That's a good beeping and booping.
I practice it every week.
You're so good at it. Also with us is Rambling Man Russell.
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, pal?
I'm good.
Good. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
It's been a long week.
It has.
It's been a long time since we've seen you.
I know. Winter got a hold of me last week.
Yeah.
But I was able to break free. I broke free from that. Take that, Winter.
To break free!
AKA WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't actually me this time.
This is like a crowd.
Yeah, oh, okay, I get it now.
Oh, yeah.
Barry had more of a crowd.
Fuck yeah.
Please. Hi, Barry. This is the DQP Weekly.
It is.
Where we talk about news,
Yeah.
movie news,
Mm.
sometimes talk about trailers,
yeah.
video games.
We'll
Talk about video games?
We will talk about video games today.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Emails.
Emails. We'll talk about the existence of emails.
You've
Yeah.
got mail.
We'll talk about You Got Mail.
No.
I won't.
No.
Maybe next February.
Next February.
Ah.
It's already getting real sad this February.
That's not this show, though.
No, it's not. First up, we have correspondence.
That was so good. I'm not even going to walk on your toes.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking
did
good,
it.
man. Winter did something to me. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, bud.
All right. Up first, Nathan of the Drafty Show
Oh, I know him.
Oh, okay.
emailed us. He said, "Hey, Dave.
Hey.
If that's your real name. You ruined the ending of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
You know how difficult it is to get Squirrely D to fall asleep? Now we are back to the Hobbit books.
Oh, no.
Anyways, love smooth. P.S. You still my boy."
Fuck yeah. I'm still his boy.
His boy!
I'm sorry I ruined that.
Our next email comes from...
Hold on. The Hobbit gets away.
Now, what's Doug going to listen to now? They fall asleep. Shitty. Start with the Clifford books. Let's put me right out.
He's big and red.
Damn, Shane's
Don't
ruining
ruin that
everything
one,
today.
Jesus.
Blue's Clues?
He's blue and like...
She's blue?
Whatever.
It's a girl.
I don't know. I never
Is it?
watched it.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Well, now you've ruined it, Dave.
Wow.
Good job.
I could ruin
The
everything.
clues were right in front of me.
I see what you did there because they were looking for clues in that show.
Mhm.
Is that what we're reviewing next?
No.
Blue's
No.
Clues?
Can we move on?
But Mike sent us an email.
About Blue's
This
Clues?
email is from Psychmyth. Hey, Drafty dudes. I gotta admit, I wasn't that interested in the Harley Quinn animated series until hearing you guys talk about it. I figured it was just another bad attempt at trying to make comic book characters funny. I gave it a shot and was pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
It's really good. It's hilarious. I love hearing Wayne Knight and Jason Alexander's voice in there. It's super fun, it's wacky, and it's got me thinking. Why does this work? Is it because it's animated? Is it because Harley can be a comical character? Is it because it has a cast of people that are actually funny? Oh... I don't know if that was a sideways comment, Mike, but it felt like a sideways comment.
I don't
Ooh.
think it was.
I hope it was.
Or it was.
Yeah, towards the voice acting cast of Velma. What I'm trying to get at is, why does this work for DC? Oh, damn it. It wasn't. Anyway. Why does this work for DC, who is generally the more serious one between DC and Marvel? And why does Marvel suck at being funny? Could Thor Love and Thunder have worked as a cartoon? Could Marvel pull off an animated show like this, or are they too Disney now? I guess She-Hulk might be somewhat comparable. It was actually pretty good, but I wouldn't call it hilarious. Now I'm thinking She-Hulk might have been better if it were an animated series. There's just a lot of cringe that I think works better through the lens of a cartoon. Anyways, I know that's a lot of questions. Thank you for getting through my stream of consciousness. Curious to hear your thoughts. Miss you guys. Mike.
We miss you too.
Are we going to say the same thing on the count of 3?
I'll do it. 1, 2, 3.
Hit Monkey.
Oh,
You didn't say it.
No, that's not what I was gonna
I
say.
didn't say anything.
Hit Monkey is great. You should watch Hit Monkey.
Hit Monkey is great.
But it also has people that are funny in it. So
Yeah.
I mean, but I was gonna say that Love and Thunder would have worked as a cartoon because your personal stakes for a cartoon are lower than for a blockbuster movie.
That is true.
So like if they're building if they were going to build a animated universe that was supposed to be taken seriously as like a lot of the never mind. As a lot of the MCU movies and TV shows have been.
Yeah.
And like the first 2 Thor movies were. And even to an extent that Ragnarok was.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't work. But if like a lot of times if it's a standalone or if it's part of something that is more of that irreverent humor type, then it would work. And it would have worked in that way as a cartoon. And I think the reason that Love and Thunder didn't work for me was because it wasn't paced like comically. I don't think it was paced well. They went back to jokes too many times and stuff like that, where that might be okay in a cartoon. And usually a cartoon isn't going to be 2 hours like, a movie is. So like that puts it in a totally different frame of your mind as a consumer when you're watching it.
Yeah.
So I think that would have worked if you had just directly translated that completely to a cartoon. I would have rated it higher than I would rate it as a live action movie.
Yeah, probably. I agree with that.
I can see
I
that,
also
yeah.
could have seen them getting away with doing like a 10 episode series for that one story arc and fulfilling all of that story.
If they had, if we're just fucking, if we're going off on that, like if they had done a 10 episode, like, God, this makes me want to talk about one of my fucking recommendations this week.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, I know. If they had done a 10 episode show that was just as funny, but also had like the serious parts, because that works better in a show format and in a cartoon format. That took all of the story pieces that they were using from the comics and had like done them more service and fleshed them out more. I think that would have been like one of the best shows that Marvel had done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
So, I think the reason that it works for DC is because they have put so much effort into their animated stuff.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of cred with like the voice actors that they use, and the writing staff that they use. Because I mean, they still had Paul Dini on there.
Yeah.
He wrote some of that shit. He wasn't just credited because he was one of the creators of Harley Quinn.
Right.
He was actually a writer on the show.
Yeah.
So like when you have the guy that created the character originally actually doing production and doing writing on a show 30 years later,
Yeah.
it's probably going to have a good effect on it if it's a good character,
Right.
So I think there's a lot of stuff going for the Harley Quinn show that like a lot of like the comedy Marvel stuff and Marvel animated stuff doesn't have going for it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all like afterthought or like side piece projects for Marvel.
Yeah.
Whereas like DC is committed to an entire wing of animated stuff.
Right. Or it was. I don't know how it's going to go now, but
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's why it works for them and it doesn't work for Marvel. And that's, I think that Love and Thunder would have worked as a... I get hair on my fucking microphone every day.
It's from the mustache.
Yeah. But I think Love and Thunder would have worked better as a cartoon. What were his other questions? We'll answer all of them. Fuck it.
I've been rewatching Harley. And it's pretty good.
Could
Yeah.
Marvel pull off an animated show like this, or are they too Disney now?
I think they're too Disney.
Hitmonkey.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Hitmonkey.
I guess I was answering the second question.
Yeah, you were answering the second question.
But yeah, Hitmonkey or MODOK. MODOK is pretty adult.
I didn't like MODOK as much, but I know a lot of people did.
Yeah, MODOK is more like the Robot Chicken humor.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, but Robot Chicken is like one of my favorite things that's ever existed.
I like Robot Chicken,
I also
though.
like Robot Chicken.
Yeah, and
I
so
don't know, I just didn't care for the MODOK show that much.
yeah, MODOK takes like the idea of Robot Chicken, but like turns it into like this longer storytelling format. So, and I appreciate that because some of the jokes in Robot Chicken I feel like could go longer and are good enough, like sketches and stuff. But, so yeah, I mean, I would suggest like, Mike, if you haven't checked them out, definitely check out Hitmonkey and MODOK. They're both on Hulu.
Yep.
I watched a couple Hitmonkey episodes and I dug it.
It's pretty good.
Hitmonkey's really good. It's hilarious. It's emotional. It's touching. It's violent.
Very violent.
It hits all the notes. Like it has depth. Like it was so good. Shane watched it first and he was like, "No, dude, you have to watch it." And I was like, "It looks dumb as fuck."
Yeah.
And then I started watching it
nope.
and I was like, I'm glad I watched this.
Yeah, you have to watch
This
it.
is so good.
I have to finish it. I still got a bunch of shit I got to watch all the time.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Yeah. Well,
Never ends.
we talk about entertainment, so it's never gonna end.
That's true. Everyone's going to want to be entertained
Yeah.
until
And
we die.
And I mean, when Hollywood does eventually fall, there's still the internet. So
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, barring like nuclear holocaust, I think we're gonna have stuff to talk about forever.
nah, dude. I mean, even nuclear holocausts, at least one lone person is going to be in their basement still creating a podcast.
Us.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll be the only post-apocalyptic podcast there is.
Yeah, but like no one will hear it because we're gonna have to have like our own radio station, and we're gonna have to fucking ask the courier or the lone survivor to go. This ties into stuff.
That's Kevin Costner, right?
To go and like turn our satellite dish on our radio tower so that more people, to boost our signal so people can hear our radio show.
But also think, if we're the last group of people like putting forth recorded history, we can make it what we want.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, we can.
The survivor writes history as opposed to the victor. Anyway.
I would make up so much shit.
Anyway.
Yeah. But that's all I got for the emails.
Okay.
For correspondence.
Yeah. That's it for correspondences.
So then
Thanks, guys.
Headlines.
We have a different kind of headline section today.
Hold on.
But it is headlines.
Headlines.
DCU headlines.
DCU headlines.
Yeah.
Add that one, Barry.
James Gunn and his partner, whose name escapes me.
Saffron.
Yeah, Saffron.
Yeah.
Made some pretty large announcements this
I forgot
week.
it like the whole time I was talking about it last time. So I remembered it this time.
Yeah. And All right, so I'm just going to kind of run down this. Basically, what this is this, and I'm amused by the title of this announcement. The title of this announcement is Initial Slate of Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters.
Oh, shit.
So we're not calling them phases for the DCU. We're going to call them chapters, and they're going to have subtitles.
I'm okay with both of those things.
Yeah, me too. It shows we're going in a different direction.
It shows that we're going in a direction. We have a plan, and we plan to follow it, which is a good thing.
What's a plan?
Well, I mean, they didn't have one before.
Yeah.
They were just like, how much shit can we throw at the wall?
Yeah.
And the wall broke.
Well, no, they had a plan. They had a plan. They were like, in 3 years, we want to have a Justice League movie. And everybody was like, that's a bad plan.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we're doing it anyway.
Yep. All right, so this is a list of upcoming projects for the DCU.
Give it to me, Daddy.
All right, number 1, we have Creature Commandos. This will be an animated 7-episode series written by Gunn that is already in production. Originally a team of classic monsters assembled to fight Nazis, this is a modern take on the concept. The voice actor
Commandos?
I want to see monsters fight Nazis.
This is my favorite part of this excerpt.
Yeah.
The voice actors have yet to be cast, but the executives are looking to find people who can voice the animated characters and also portray the live-action versions when the anti-heroes to show up in movies and shows.
Yeah.
All right.
We've only been talking about that for 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, when we started, we were like, why don't they do like a whole animated segment? Like, and that like is in the same universe as the live action stuff.
Yeah.
But the animated stuff, they can do the origins, they can do like all the little stuff they need to fill in the universe without having to spend all that big money and waste our time making a 2.5-hour origin story.
Right.
This is beautiful.
We would appreciate, James, if you would send us like a self-destructing message saying that you got the idea from us.
Yeah,
so that we don't have any proof, but we just want to know.
Yeah. I mean,
you were listening to us, and we appreciate that.
Make
James.
sure that message is like a minute and a half before it self-destructs, so I have time to jerk off to it.
Oh,
but
yeah. Well,
please do.
God, that means I have to be in the room while you jerk off.
Well, duh.
Just close your eyes.
All the way you can finish.
Okay.
All right, that got weird.
Yep.
You made it weird.
Yep.
Continue with the list.
All right, up next we have a show that is the next show. This is number 2. This is going to be called Waller, a spin-off of Gunn's own HBO Max hit series Peacemaker. Viola Davis will return as the ruthless and morally ambiguous head of the government task force. It is being written by Crystal Henry, who did the Watchmen show on HBO Max, and Jeremy Carver, the creator of the Doom Patrol TV series.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, there should be nobody not on board with this, because this is going to spin off from Peacemaker, which hopefully inevitably ends up with us getting Peacemaker season 2.
That would be dope.
I hope so.
Dope.
I love Peacemaker.
That was real good.
Number 3. This one's interesting.
Interesting.
Superman Legacy. The movie featuring the Man of Steel that Gunn is writing and may direct, although no commitments on that end have been made. While the 2 previous titles are meant to be aperitifs. Thank you.
Applesauce.
In Saffron.
Oh, I thought I was just saying words.
In Saffron's words, Superman is the true kick of the duo's DCU plans. It's not an origin story, Saffron said. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks that kindness is old-fashioned. A release date of July 11th, 2025 has been penciled in.
Huh.
Okay.
So I find that interesting because, it's been a while since we've gotten that, Superman. Like, I mean, Henry Cavill was like, I liked Henry Cavill as Superman. Don't get me wrong, but like, as far as like, he wasn't really. He was like kind of cold.
Yeah.
And like, so I don't know. I'm interested in that. And then it also makes me wonder like why they just didn't like have Henry Cavill do it. Like when Henry Cavill was fired or let go or contract ripped up, whatever, I was just under the assumption that we wouldn't see Superman again for a while.
James Gunn said Henry Cavill was never fired. He was never cast by him as Superman.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that bodes well.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. But I guess I don't know. It's James Gunn. So like he gets like tired of hearing something and he's just like, that's not what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
So he like replied in a way to make it concrete, but in a way that also makes it sound like I didn't like him as Superman.
It is James Gunn.
So I don't know. It's weird, but like that's what he said. He said he was never cast as Superman. Like in this universe.
Yeah. That's interesting. All right, then up next, Lanterns. Greg Berlanti's long-in-the-works Green Lanterns TV series has been scrapped, and the duo have parted ways with the longtime DC series steward. In its place will be a new take on the space cops with power rings. Our vision for this is very much in the vein of True Detective, Safran described. It's terrestrial-based. It will feature prominent Lantern heroes Hal Jordan and John fucking Stewart, and is one of the most important shows they have in development. This plays a really big role in leading into the main story we are telling across film and TV.
Okay.
So in my head, I see... they're cartoon characters in my head, so they're not like live action people because I don't know who the fuck's going to play them. Yeah. I mean, Idris Elba should play Jon Stewart, but...
Agreed.
Whatever. But I see the cartoon versions of Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart in the live action True Detective car in their Green Lantern outfits driving down the road.
Oh my god.
and Hal Jordan saying some weird fucking existential shit, and Jon Stewart's like, will you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
That sounds weird. I'd be into that.
Yeah.
I like me some lanterns.
In the vein of True Detective, weirds me out with this, like...
God, that's fucking... What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so weird to me.
That whole thing, that one, there's a couple of them I'm just like, what? This is going to be weird, and I'm kind of here for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely here for all of this.
Yeah.
So up next, we have The Authority, a movie based on a team of superheroes with rather extreme methods of protecting the planet that first originated in the late 1990s under an influential imprint known as Wildstorm. Run by artist and now head of DC Publishing, Jim Lee. One of the things of the DCU is that it's not just a story of heroes and villains, said Gunn. Not every film and TV show is going to be about good guy versus bad guy. Giant things from the sky comes, and good guy wins. There are white hats, black hats, and gray hats. Added Safran. They are kind of like Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men. They know that They know that you want them on the wall, or at least they believe that.
Uh-huh. The Authority's wild, so is that supposed to be live action?
I think so.
Oh man.
It's gonna be a movie.
Oh man. That's gonna be wild, folks.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. I haven't actually read The Authority, but I have like a general like breakdown of it, so
yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Maybe. But
well, yeah, I mean, like, all these things could be terrible.
Yeah, that's also true.
I don't think they will be, though.
I fucking hope not. I hope they're all great. I want DC. I've said this 100 times. I want them to succeed and do cool shit.
Yes, because then maybe Marvel will get back on track and be like, "Oh, we have competition now." Up next is Paradise Lost. The duo described this HBO Max series as a Game of Thrones style drama set on the all-female island that is Wonder Woman's birthplace, Themyscira. Filled with political intrigue and scheming between power players, it takes place before the events of the Wonder Woman films.
That could be completely fucking wild too.
Yeah,
Could be real dope.
that last sentence bothers me.
Before the Wonder Woman films, like why are the Wonder Woman? Why do you give a shit about the Wonder Woman films?
Those
Wonder
canon.
Woman.
Yeah, I don't know. Up next,
That was the best part of 1984. By the way,
I didn't watch that one.
like Linda Carter shows up at the end.
Oh shit! Really?
It's just like a random not a stinger. It's like an Easter egg at the end.
Yeah,
She's like talking to Wonder Woman, and just like and I was like, holy shit! This is like the best part of that movie.
Did the song go Wonder Woman?
I think it had like it didn't say Wonder Woman, but it had like the theme underneath or something.
Okay.
Up next is The Brave and the Bold. This is the introduction of the DCU Batman, said Gunn, of Bruce Wayne, and also introduces our favorite Robin, Damian Wayne, who is a little son of a bitch.
I thought it was a little sweet potato pie.
No,
Complete
complete opposite. He's a little shithead.
Can I kill him? No. Can I kill him? No.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be that for however, like the whole movie.
I'd watch that.
No, dude, I yes. I'm gonna get super excited about all this, and we're gonna get like two things in. They're both gonna suck, and then Gunn's gonna get fired.
No, it's not going to happen, Russell. Manifest that shit. It's going to be good.
I don't want it to happen either.
I mean, like, I know I'm like real low energy today, but like, fucking get some
At least
goddamn
be
positivity, man. Holy
That's why
shit.
I'm here. That's why I'm here.
The
It's going to be great.
The movie will
Thanks,
take
bud.
inspiration from the now classic run written by Grant Morrison that introduced Batman to a son he never knew existed, a murderous tween raised by assassins. It's a very strange father-son story.
Yeah. It is.
It's good, though. It's good. Could be great. I hope it is. And importantly, it will feature a Batman not played by Robert Pattinson. So then next, we have the announcement that I was most excited for,
Uh-huh.
because I don't know how many times I've said it.
Uh-huh.
And I know Greg Kinnear is too old now,
Uh-huh.
but I'm sure there's somebody. But
Yeah.
Booster fucking Gold.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
booster cold?
Booster Gold. An HBO
All right.
Max series based
All
on
right.
a unique and lower tiered hero created in 1986. Saffron said of the series, it's about a loser from the future who uses basic future technology to come back to today and pretend to be a superhero. Gunn described it as imposter syndrome as a superhero. Fuck.
That could be dope.
Yeah.
Are we getting a Blue Beetle then?
I mean, we were supposed to get a whole ass Blue Beetle movie.
Yeah, there was originally plans for Blue Beetle, but it's not in this. So I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, they might like.
But it was
We might get like part of the way through
it
this.
was the kid that has the whole alien costume. It wasn't Rand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Booster Gold, though. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booster fucking Gold, bud.
I can't remember that kid's name. What's that kid's name? Do you remember?
I don't remember his name.
Is it Reyes? Can't
Maybe.
remember.
You check that out. I'll move on to Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Taking its cues from the recent Tom King written miniseries, this movie project promises to have a different take than what most think of when the idea of Superman's cousin comes to mind. We will see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the time he was an infant, versus Supergirl, raised on a rock, a chip off of Krypton, and who watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life, and then come to Earth. She is much more hardcore and not the Supergirl we're used to.
Okay. You had me at hardcore.
Jamie Reyes, and I was wrong about the other one's name. The other one's name is Cord, not Rand.
Oh yeah, Cord. And then, Dave, this one's for you.
Oh, and the Blue
is
Beetle
it?
movie was supposed to come out this year.
How was it?
Yeah.
Just never made it to production.
This says expected August 18th, 2023 in post-production.
Oh,
So we're still getting it?
until they decide they need to scrap it for tax write-offs later this year.
Hopefully not.
That's speculation, not financial advice.
Put it on the screen, Barry. Not financial advice. Thank you. Love you.
Are you ready, Dave?
I'm excited and
You
probably hard already.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, a
Fuck
horror
yeah.
film that promises to close out the first part of the first chapter.
We gonna get John in there too?
I mean, we are getting Constantine 2 with
That's true. We are.
Keanu Reeves.
But that
Oh.
might be Elseworlds.
I think it is going to be. So then we have a separate announcement.
I'm stoked for Swamp Thing.
DC Elseworlds is the thing, and this is all of the side stuff that doesn't take place in the DCU.
It's DC What If.
Yeah. So right now is just a further confirmation. The Batman sequel, Pattinson will continue to portray the Dark Knight in at least one more crime saga movie directed by Matt Reeves. That movie, the executives revealed, will be released on October 3rd, 2025, and is being titled The Batman Part 2.
The Batman Part 2?
Yeah, The Batman Part 2.
Nice.
Robert Pattinson. And then the last statement was 2025 is going to be a very big year for DC. Crowed Saffron, Superman and Batman within the same year.
I mean,
Individual movies.
they need to
Right.
do that, so...
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool,
Should
though.
be good stuff. I'm excited for the future of the DCU.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big DC guy. It's been a while since I've read anything DC, but
Yeah.
if half of that's good, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope it's all good.
All of it has the potential to be amazing. The way they're laying it out, and like why they're laying it out, like we're building,
Yeah.
like good.
Isn't Lobo coming soon too? That's another one.
That's
of my dudes.
unconfirmed.
Yeah, that's a rumor.
The only reason that is a rumor is because Jason Momoa is the only actor they've kept out of the Justice League. They've let everyone else. They've released everyone else from their contracts, except for Jason Momoa. But they've said he's not playing Aquaman again.
It's Lobo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lobo,
The Scourge
but
of
it's
the Cosmos.
unconfirmed.
Right.
It's unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed.
The Bastage himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Lobo.
That, I mean, a Lobo announcement in there would have just sent me over the fucking moon. Because there was already, like, the Lanterns thing. Like, what? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
fucking yes, give it to me. Give
Booster
me
Gold.
Hal Jordan and John Stewart, please. And Booster Gold. What the fuck?
Swamp
Swamp
Thing.
Thing.
Swamp Thing?
You guys remember the old Swamp Thing from like the
Lots of good
80s?
shit in there.
The movie?
Yeah.
I never watched that.
It's good.
Is it?
And by like
I think
good,
I
I
watched.
mean, it's not great.
There's a
Yeah,
couple
it's like
of
a
them,
B
isn't
movie.
there?
It's good though.
Yeah.
There's two of them,
Yeah.
I believe. I'm a big John Constantine fan. I've read some of the Hellblazer
Mhm.
that deals with him and Swamp Thing quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I
that a
love
lot.
Constantine.
Same.
I've watched all the Constantine stuff except for when he shows up in Legends of Tomorrow because I hate that show.
I never watched that, so
It's pretty bad.
It's real bad.
I have some gaming news.
gaming news.
So a little bit of backstory. Like, in I don't remember what year this was. 2018, maybe. I didn't have an Xbox anymore. I had like sold all my Xbox stuff, and I was like,
Yeah, you
whatever.
had.
I'm not gonna be a console gamer anymore. And I didn't have the money to have like a nice PC, so I played a few things, but not a lot. And Bethesda announced that they were doing like a massively multiplayer Fallout game called Fallout 76.
I've heard of
And I
that.
was like, fuck, I need to play that. My computer is not going to run that. And Microsoft came out with a new version of the Xbox One called the Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a special edition that was a Fallout 76 Robot White. It's sitting over there. We should have put that on the table.
Put it on the table.
So I bought it. I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to buy a new computer. This is cheaper. I'm going to buy this. It comes with this game. Because it wasn't on Game Pass then. It's only been on Game Pass for like the last year or two. It was a $60 game at the time. So I got this new Xbox. I got this new game. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to fucking play this game. And when it came out, it was buggy as shit.
I've heard that.
And it was not great. But I love Fallout so much that I played it anyway for a few months. I think I was like a level 100 or something, 120 when I quit.
Jesus. I think I got to like 46.
Yeah, no one else in our play group of people got very high.
Yeah.
I played it quite a bit. So I haven't played it in forever. Fast forward, there was an update like a few weeks ago that fixed some really old issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it pissed off a bunch of players.
Okay.
So in the game you have legendary weapons, and the legendary weapons come with effects on them. Okay. And the higher tier, they have like star ratings. Like the higher tier weapon you get, the more effects that it can have on it.
Okay.
And then you have different weapon classes. You have like guns, like heavy weapons like rockets and grenades and stuff like that. And you have energy weapons, which is like a flamethrower, laser guns, plasma casters, stuff like that. All the different versions of those. And some of the effects don't make sense for certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like there's explosive bullets, which, you know, energy weapons don't shoot fucking bullets, but they still work the same way, right? They shoot a shot, they shoot one shot like a gun.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the game, when the game first came out, you could get effects that didn't make sense on certain items. Specifically, we're talking about the energy weapons. You could get explosive bullets on energy weapons. Okay. There were other ones that didn't make sense and didn't work, but this is the one that matters.
Okay.
So it and energy weapons were kind of underpowered at the time, so it made them usable.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people had them. When they would find them, they would be like, "Oh, I guess I can use that." So then, eventually, Bethesda was like, "Oh, we didn't intend for that to happen, so we're going to go into the like loot algorithm and make it so that won't apply to energy weapons." And they did it for other stuff.
Yeah.
So if you had already had it, you still had it, but you couldn't get it anymore. And this was a long time ago, like 2019.
Okay.
That they'd made this change. So they've known that this was an issue since 2019. So you could have them if you had gotten it before they made this change, but you couldn't get them anymore. So they became like a rare item.
Okay.
Right? Because it's a community. There's tons of people that play the game, and you can like trade stuff. There's actually like a way to sell stuff. Like you have your own camp, and you can set up like a vending machine basically, and people will come to your vending machine and buy shit from you.
Oh, that's crazy.
So there was like some trading and selling of this item, you know, and there's also ways to glitch the game to where you can duplicate it. So then there were like duplicated versions of this weapon going around, right?
Yeah.
But it still was in the game. It just, you couldn't get new ones. So you fast forward to now. In the meantime, there was, so, you know, since you couldn't get this anymore, energy weapons were not great. Nobody used them because they weren't good. So they buffed them in a patch. They made them better, which when they made them better, it applied to the ones that already existed that were already good. So then those were great. So then all of a sudden there's this rare old weapon that nobody can get from just playing the game that is better than every other weapon.
That's not a good...
That's not balanced.
Yeah.
No,
not at all.
So then there's people that, you know, OGs that played it and got it, that have them, and then there's the people that traded with them to get dupes or get their originals, and then a actual real money economy built outside the game where people basically people would be like, hey, I have to look and see what the website was. I think it was like Game Flip or something. But I've seen it on eBay for other games.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, you pay for this, send me a message with your gamer tag or whatever. We'll get in a game together, I'll drop it, you pick it up. It's yours. Okay. People paying real money for this.
That's fucking wild.
For in-game items.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's wild, but like we also do it. We pay the publishers for DLCs that are just skins and shit.
Yeah,
so
it's like kind of been a thing for a long time anyway.
Yeah, right. It's kind of been a thing, but now you're paying like other players.
Yeah.
So there's this secondary market for items in general. One of the popular items being these legacy weapons, which is what they're called. They're called legacy weapons. These legacy weapons that had things that you can't get anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move on. There's these weapons that are ridiculously OP. Like you can go into these big events where there's these huge monsters you're supposed to take forever to fight, and they can just melt them. Mm-hmm. Okay, with these items, especially if they they make their class work specifically for that weapon.
Yeah.
So this recent patch basically removed the extra effect from all legacy weapons.
Okay.
So like if you had a laser gun that had exploding bullets, it doesn't have that anymore.
So
at all.
Oh.
So they basically like nerfed all this stuff that people possibly spent real money on, that people were like have like been using for. So like I said, they figured this out in 2019. It's 2023 now.
Yeah.
They've been using it for 3 years.
Ooh.
You know, they've been playing this game this way for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And it's been in this state for like at least 2 years. I don't know when the patch that buffed energy weapons and made them ridiculous. But so they basically like nerfed all this stuff. Okay. They also went through and like I guess some PC players were like cheating and like actually modding in weapons that were bullshit. Mm-hmm. And they were playing with those, and they got rid of those as well somehow. But what makes this news is that they basically like screwed over a large portion of their player base, which they were playing with stuff that wasn't supposed to be in the game and to begin with. So there's like these arguments to be made whether it was like okay that they did this or whether they should like, you know, put it back or whatever, you know.
Right.
But the thing is like a large portion of these people that were doing this, or people that agree with them, are now organizing and basically attacking servers.
Like cyber hacking?
Purposefully doing things that they know will bog down the servers in large numbers.
Oh, that's much better than what I thought was happening.
Yeah, actually,
They're like DDoSing it basically, but the way they're doing it, a lot of time, there might be some that are doing it through hacking, but I guess there are people that are going around with Fat Man's, which is a mini nuke launcher.
Yeah.
And there's just like as many of these guys as they can get on a server.
Mm-hmm.
And they're running around and just shooting off as many mini nukes as they can. And it takes up a lot of processing power. So then it just shuts the fucking server off and everyone gets disconnected.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so like there's just like, and there's other ways that they're doing it. So there's just a bunch of people that are just like purposefully crashing servers in this game because the publisher went or the developer went and made a change to a weapon.
Yeah.
And basically fixed a problem, but it was something that had been going on for years that they had previously ignored. And like the whole thing is wild.
Yeah.
Right? Because like
on every level.
Yeah, it's like a thing that they knew and they ignored it. And they ignored it for several years, and then it became like almost like a super rare object in the game that people were paying real money for.
Yeah.
And then like without warning, they were just like, "Hey, we just made that not overpowered anymore.
Yeah.
We just took it away." And like there are people that are like quitting playing the game. There's people that are, you know, like I said, like trying to sabotage the game.
Yeah.
It's wild. The patch also broke a bunch of other stuff that had nothing to do with what they were trying to do, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't know, Bethesda just like, it makes me worried about Starfield, which isn't what we're talking about, but like Bethesda is just like, sometimes they're shit at their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The video that I watched the person that I talked to about this was actually our social media manager, Rachel. She plays Fallout 76.
Mm-hmm.
And I had watched a video like the day before she asked if we had heard about it. It was really weird.
Yeah, kind of.
So I watched this video. One of the guys that I watched talking about Starfield and stuff, he talks about Fallout 76 too. And he went through this whole thing where he was like, I was using one of the least overpowered weapons, but it was still overpowered. But, you know, it just made me competitive with the people that were using the super OP stuff.
Yeah.
So that I could like, because also like when you're playing, if you're in like a raid and there's a boss, and if you don't get a hit on it, you don't get experience. So like if somebody walks in front of you and one hits it, and you never got a shot off, you don't get anything.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
So like that becomes problematic too.
Yeah.
Like it causes a lot of problems for people that don't have that stuff.
Yeah.
Is one of the reasons that it needed to be taken out 3 years ago.
Sounds like it.
But this guy was like, yeah, so like I was using this one, but it was fine. I had some other stuff that I was thinking about using that wasn't that. So once the patch went live, I tried to use this gun, and he was like, it's supposed to have a 500 round magazine. So I loaded a magazine and it says 500 rounds, but then it reloads every time I shoot 17 rounds. And it's just
weird.
What the fuck? That's super random. A random number. Why is it doing that? Why is the UI wrong? Why, what?
What?
And then he was like, so then I went into a private match and it was still doing it. So then I tried a different gun. And that one was supposed to have like a much smaller magazine, but it was reloading after every shot.
Yeah.
Weird.
And he was like, I don't know why. So then I went into a public match and it worked. And I went back into a private match and it didn't work. So that one does the same thing, but it only does it in private worlds. It was like, what the fuck? And they also broke the power armor. There's something that's there's like attachments that are supposed to like reduce your carry or reduce the weight of stuff so you can carry more shit.
Yeah.
Because there's encumbrance in Fallout.
All right.
And they broke all of those.
Oh, no.
So like everyone that was wearing power armor before the patch, they come into the game and they're suddenly encumbered. And they have to get rid of shit. So if you weren't at your camp...
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
You have to like either slow walk all the way back to your camp,
Oh, no.
or just drop shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just drop shit in the middle of the map somewhere and get back home and put your stuff away. And it's just like the whole thing just had like these little extra pieces of dog shit like sprinkled on top.
Yeah.
It was just like this crazy weird layer cake of what the fuck. And then it's just like, oh, and the stuff that you might try to use to replace those things doesn't work either. And you're stuck in the middle of a swamp nowhere near your home and you're going to have to throw everything you own down. Like, it's like, fuck you for playing our game. We've got your money. Go home.
Yep.
Damn.
Sounds like they fucked it all up.
Yeah. And I think they've fixed a couple of those things since then because it's been a couple weeks, but like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people are still pissed off about the legacy weapons and they're probably still trying to trash the servers.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, the whole thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
It's crazy to me that like the idea, like not necessarily this situation is wild, but like the idea of paying money for an item in a video game and then it getting nerfed to where it's almost unusable is just fucking crazy to me.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking wild.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the gaming news that I have.
I never got to play that game because my internet's bad.
Yeah, dude, you need a
Damn
good
it,
machine and you need good fucking internet to play that stuff.
I have a decent machine for stuff, but not good internet.
Yeah. You were gonna like go just like pirate patch a line in and just run it out to your house across the road and shit.
Yeah, I mean, no, I would never do that.
Oh fuck. We're still recording.
There's a recording. I would
That
never do
son
that.
of a
Shane.
bitch.
That's a not recommend right there.
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Uh-huh. Oh. Speaking of being a law-abiding citizen. This is random and we don't ever talk about this stuff on the show, but if you own firearms and you have a stabilizing brace on one of your pistols, don't admit to anyone that you ever had that on there and maybe take it off, because as of yesterday, January 31st, it is now considered an SBR according to the ATF. It has been published in the Federal Register, and if you don't register it as a SBR with the ATF in the next 120 days, you will be a felon, and if you get caught with it, it's up to 10 years in prison and up to a $250,000 fine.
Damn.
So what was previously legal 2 days ago is now a 10-year felony and up to a $250,000 fine because of a ruling by a non-congressional branch of nothing. Moving on.
We interrupted the show for this
Hey man,
PSA.
that's important. Like if people
No, it
don't,
is.
and that's
It is.
that's the fucked up part about it is that like people won't know, and if there's no injunction or if it doesn't get struck down or anything, if like
Yeah.
none of the lawsuits that every single gun rights association has filed in the last 2 days stops this from happening, then there will literally be people that, like, we're law-abiding citizens 4 months before, go to a gun range, and somebody will tell on them, and they will go to fucking prison.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know, they didn't follow along with the ATF's arbitrary rulings.
Yeah.
And, like, they'll just go to prison.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what the fuck? I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
When it was, when they bought it.
Right.
And now it's not.
And then now it's not okay.
Yeah. And,
You know, speaking of things you pay money for that get nerfed.
yeah. Guns in particular.
Fake guns and real guns.
Yeah, fake guns and real guns.
Leave it to the system.
Yeah.
It's all fucking broken. And that's the PSA that we interrupt the show for. The system is broken.
Yeah.
Barry, put that on the screen. The system is broken.
The system is broken. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else we got? That was headlines.
That was headlines. Recommendations?
Recommendations.
I got a couple.
Do
What
it,
you got?
Daddy.
I
I don't know why I say that.
I recommend, if you guys still have Shudder from when we made you download it a few months ago,
I never not had it, baby.
you should watch Channel Zero. At least the first 2 seasons.
I watched the first season.
Did you watch the first season?
Most of the first season.
You watched Candle Cove?
Yeah, most of it, I think.
It's pretty good.
It is really good.
Yeah. I particularly care for Candle Cove and No End House, the first 2 seasons. I think... So I watched them a long time ago when they came out. They were actually sci-fi originals. I think it came out like 2015, something like that. But I remember the 3rd season being good too, but I haven't rewatched it recently. I actually rewatched Candle Cove and No End House in the last week and a half. Watched a lot of TV.
TV's good.
But they're both really good. You guys should watch them if you're into horror stuff or if you're into creepypasta. So Channel Zero is kind of like American Horror Story, where each season is a different story. And they are based on creepypastas, which, if you don't know what a creepypasta is like a urban legend, but its source is from the internet. Sometimes they're multi-sourced, like Slender Man, where people have added to it as it's gone along. Candle Cove is very small. It's the original version of it is basically just like a MSN or AIM conversation between several people. No End House was like a random forum post. I think it was before Reddit, but it was, something like that, where it was just a post where somebody was talking about a pop-up haunted house. The 3rd season, which I can never remember what the fuck the name of it is.
Butcher Block
is, I think it's a mix of a couple different ones, but the main one being I want to say it's forest rescue stories. It's basically just a bunch of the original is like people talking about like finding weird shit in the woods, particularly centering on finding stairways to nowhere in the woods and to not fucking go up them. So, but it's the I think they're like 6 or 8 episodes each season, about an hour an episode. They're pretty good.
I enjoyed the first season. I want to continue with the other.
Yeah, the first season's really good. The second season, I remembered liking the second season better than the first season, but I think I didn't watch them like consecutively like I did this time. I think I like Candle Cove a little bit better than No End House, but No End House is still really good, and it's real weird. They're both real weird, but like in a good way.
Season 1 has Mark Brandanowitz.
It does have Mark Brandanowitz
from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah. There's a couple of recognizable actors in both seasons, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I think one of the guys in the second season is in one of the seasons is in the second season of Slasher, actually. But yeah, I think Channel Zero is really good. You guys should at least give the first season a check out. Especially if you're into that kind of stuff.
I'm definitely into that stuff, but we know that.
Yeah. The other one that I had was Invincible. If you didn't catch that when it came out on Amazon Prime.
I've heard great things, but I've never watched it.
I watched like an episode or two with Russell when it came out. I watched all of it. Pretty much all of it last night.
Damn.
I watched like I think I watched like one or two episodes the night before, and then I watched the rest of it last night.
That's real good.
Before the second to last episode, I was like, do I have time for another episode? And I was like, fuck, I need to watch the next episode. So I watched the next episode, and then the second to last episode ends on like a cliffhanger.
Oh,
and I was
shit.
just like, oh fuck, it's going down. I have to watch the next episode. Fuck, I need to go to bed. The show's real good, animated, like, but it's pretty fucking serious. Yeah. It is gory as fuck. Like, there's some fucked up shit that happens in that show.
Yep.
There's like some parts that might make you emotional. It is very good.
Yep.
And I know they're making a season 2. I hope they continue. If I don't think they're gonna get to like the completely crazy shit that happens in that universe, because it's not like Marvel or DC. But I mean, it's already crazy. But like, there's crazier shit. It gets way off the rails, and in like the coolest sounding ways. I haven't read all of it. I've read like the wiki of the whole universe, and I was just like, what the fuck? But hopefully they get far enough to like get into some of that shit. But we'll see. But it's really good as far as it's gotten. So, and it pretty much tells like a kind of encapsulated tale in the first season.
Yeah.
There's definitely more gonna happen afterwards, but like
some good setup.
Yeah, it tells like a fairly decently encapsulated story.
Yeah.
So
More things I have to check out.
oh dude, you'll love that.
That's what I've heard. Like, I've seen some stuff. I'm like, okay, this is something I'll be into.
So I watched the couple episodes with Russell, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this. So then like I read the wiki, and I was like, this is fucking nuts. And then I just never got onto Amazon Prime. And it's become like a really popular like thing to use for memes. There are so many memes based on this animation.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, God, I need to watch. Like, that looks awesome. I need to watch it. I need to watch it. And I finally got Amazon Prime for myself. So like, I started watching some shit on there, and I was like, oh yeah, Invincible. I should watch that. And I started, and then I didn't stop until it was over.
Until it was done.
Yeah, that's real fucking good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, those are my recommendations. What do you guys got?
Russell?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
All right, I'll go. I'll start off with a cartoon as well.
Okay.
More
What
like an anime. I don't even think I've recommended one of those on here. So I would like to recommend.
Oh my god, we're gonna get Bill fucking emailing us. We're like, you guys still haven't watched the stuff that I told you to watch.
Oh, shit, I didn't. I'm sorry, Bill. I watched part of that one. It was good.
What did you watch?
I do recommend this anime, but maybe not for Bill. So it's called It's called Record of Ragnarok. It's on Netflix. Season 2 just came out. I had watched season 1. It's not like one of the best shows I've ever seen by any means, but it's a very interesting, like it's a fun premise, and I like it. Basically what it is so all the gods from mythology have like gathered for Ragnarok. And what Ragnarok is in this story is they determine whether or not the human race should continue existing. And in order to do that, they pull heroes from the past of the human race out of time to fight the gods.
Okay.
So like one team, like it's basically like the gods are kind of on either side. So some of the gods are like, yeah, none of humanity should exist, and then some of the other gods are like, well, no, we should still keep humanity.
Yeah.
And so then they like choose warriors and put them in an arena, and like the arenas are like Pokemon stadiums.
Yeah.
Because they have like interactive, and like they're based on either the god or the human that's fighting the god. And so like that's pretty cool. Computer went to sleep.
Yeah. We're
But
running
anyway.
long already.
So so the humans and the gods fight, but the humans get like this they call it a Valdarine or something like that, and basically like they get a godlike weapon. So they're not like at a disadvantage. And then like the gods like aren't immortal in the fight and stuff. So they kind of balance the field. And so my favorite part of it is like I try not to read ahead, so I don't know who the warriors are. And so I don't want to spoil any of the warriors. So then they like go through these huge announcements. And so I would compare the show. So like I'm like 12 or 13 episodes in, because there's 2 seasons, and I watched season 1. I'm like halfway through the second season. So there's like, I think there are like 8 episodes a season. So I'm like 13 episodes in, and I've only seen 4 fights.
Whoa, okay.
So what I would say is, if you enjoy the longer battles of Dragon Ball Z, with a caveat,
next week.
Most of the reason the battles are so long is because they give you these backstories.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not the traditional mythology that we know. Like
Right.
Hercules' backstory is, well, I just spoiled one of the fighters, I guess, but like Hercules' backstory is totally different than his mythological backstory.
Sure.
He did murder his wife.
Just move on.
Anyway. So like when they're in the middle of the fight, they like cut in and out of, and I mean they do it through flashbacks, which is like kind of annoying because I'd rather see the fight or like see all the build up. But the premise is interesting enough that it's kept me engaged. So like I would recommend it under the
Caveats.
guys, yeah, with the caveats.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a little Dragon Ball Z in the way it draws out the fights.
Sure.
But it's also not just someone powering up for 3 episodes.
Ugh.
So, and it's not like I watch it with subtitles, so I get like the like original American subtitled dialogue, which is different than the voice acted dialogue because it's a Netflix original, and all the Netflix animes are like that. So I get like both sets of dialogue, which is weird, but it's all right. Like I enjoy it. It's been a fun little thing. I sit down and eat lunch and like watch an episode.
Yeah.
And then last night I went and watched a movie in theaters for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine had a birthday, so we went and seen a movie. And we're gonna watch Megan, and then we looked up a trailer for Infinity Pool, which stars Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth, and is directed by Brandon Cronenberg, who is David Cronenberg's son.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, let's watch that.
You had me at Cronenberg.
Dave, you should definitely watch this movie.
I should watch this movie?
Yeah, you should watch this movie.
Okay.
I very specifically want to recommend this movie to you.
Oh, buddy. You know what? For that, I'll watch it probably.
Because It seems like a
Probably.
weird ass fucking movie that you would like.
I love weird ass movies.
It is very weird. It's not. I didn't think it was bad, but it's very weird, and like a lot of the framing for the scenes is awkward, and not in like a Dutch angle kind of way, like just awkward,
Mm-hmm.
like artistically awkward, but not necessarily bad. They don't like pull me out of it, but I was kind of like, this is a very interesting shot.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. So it gives you like these uneasy feelings. Like as soon as the movie starts, it's basically like the first 5 minutes of the movie is shot with drones. Like you can tell it's shot with a drone because of what it's doing.
Yeah.
So like the whole frame is like flipping and twisting. Oh yeah, there's an epileptic warning at the beginning of the movie. So if you are epileptic, do not pay money to go see the movie in theaters.
Good to know.
Yeah, and so the beginning, like the first 5 minutes, is just like a weird swivel shot across the island that they're on. But so it's basically about this couple that go to an island, and they're on vacation, and they're not allowed to leave the resort path. And then they end up leaving the resort path.
Of course.
And I can't say anything else without spoiling anything of the movie. Because the movie was so fucking wild.
I mean, I think that sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah, but it's not just any horror movie.
It's a Cronenberg horror movie.
It's different. It's wild.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't feel like a strange, weird gimmick thing, even though it has a strange, weird gimmick. It doesn't feel like the whole movie is that. Like the movie is very character driven.
How many chest vaginas does it have?
2.
That was specific. That was very
remembers.
When you watch it, you'll realize what I'm referring to as a chest vagina.
Okay.
Now you're interested.
You guys watch Videodrome, right?
I don't. Not in a long time.
Yeah. Videodrome has what's his name? James Woods with the chest vagina.
So yeah, it's in theaters right now. I didn't hate that I paid like $8 to watch it in the movie theater. I also went to like the shittiest movie theater on accident because I didn't used to be.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I sent Shane, dude, I walked in and I sent Shane a picture of the seats because we got there and I was like, I don't even know that I want to fucking sit down in here. Holy shit.
Maybe I know what you're talking about. I think.
The one furthest away from where we're at right now.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it used to be the nicest.
At the bottom of a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like the shittiest.
Yeah,
It's shittier than the one that's closed.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know why that one's closed.
That's the one I saw Ultraman at. And because when you said
Oh, yeah.
shitty seats, I'm like, yep, now I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, I didn't hate that I paid money to go see it in theaters. So like if you're someone who's picky about spending money in theaters to watch something, maybe wait till it comes out. It'll probably end up on streaming somewhere. So
Okay.
I imagine Shudder.
I'll have to watch that. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can get anyone to go with me to see something like that.
I won't watch it again probably.
Okay.
I feel like it's a one and done thing. It doesn't have like it has some interesting parts. There's some interesting depth to it, but I don't feel like I would get anything out of watching it again.
Shane, you want to go see it?
I mean, I don't want to go to a theater to see it.
Fair. I'll wait then.
I'll sit on my couch or the upstairs couch to watch it.
I would watch it again from the couch.
From the couch?
Yeah.
Ooh, we gonna have a couch night, boys?
Yeah, we'll make
I love
popcorn and
couch
shit.
I love popcorn and shit.
Whoa.
Hey, you got some
What do you got?
recommendations?
I got some recommendations. Oh, so first off, I watched a movie. It's, I don't know, I think it came out like 2020, I think. It's
Yeah,
a few years
2020,
old.
2021.
I watched Nobody
Good job,
for the
Dave.
first time. That's
Proud of you.
really good.
Yeah, it's a good
Good
movie.
fucking
If you guys don't know, it's Bob Odenkirk. He's like a family man.
Yeah.
I like at the beginning of the movie because it's like it shows like Monday through Friday of him doing the same shit, like being a working stiff.
Yeah.
And then some shit goes down, and you find out that he's more than just a
family man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It's what I needed. I had kind of a rough night, and it was like I watched it on like a Sunday morning, and I'm like, I need something, and it was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Ton of fun, some cool fight scenes. The fight scene where he's on the bus is awesome.
Yep. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it after this.
It's so good. And then at the end, where there's Christopher Lloyd and the RZA
Yeah.
fighting with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, I was like, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd in his like chair, like asleep, and some big those dudes come up to like assassinate him. He has a fucking double-barreled shotgun.
Yeah. Just fucking
That's pretty
caps
great.
him.
Yeah. So highly recommend it. It's kind of like John Wick with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more graphic than I thought. Like I like it's just there's some pretty graphic scenes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So highly recommend that. It's on HBO Max. That's where I watched it. I love that bad action shit. Or awesome action shit.
I love it too, man.
I love it. Also, I have another recommendation. It's a video game.
Ooh, video
Also
games.
from a few years ago. So I picked it up on Steam. It was on sale. It's called Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
role-playing
almost
game.
played that.
It's a role-playing game that uses the Pathfinder First Edition
rules. Yeah.
rules. When I first bought it, I started playing it, and it starts off like its default is like that weird real-time
Yeah.
where
Like action RPG kind of.
yeah,
But like
sort of. It's weird. And
Yeah.
I like the old Baldur's Gate did stuff like that too, but with THACO.
yeah.
And I couldn't get into that, and I couldn't figure this out. I'm like, fuck, did I pay this much? And I'm not going to be able to play this. And I sat down and I even made a new character because I made like a spellcaster, and it was like way too complicated.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I'll start with something easier. And then I didn't read right away because it gives you the rules, and it was like, there's a turn-based mode. I'm like, oh, shit. So I put on turn-based mode, fell in love with the game.
Yeah.
It's super cool. You start with like you make your hero, and it's kind of like your cliche, like D&D or role playing thing where you're called to do this, like called for heroes to do this job for a lord.
Yeah.
You have to go investigate this area
Mm-hmm.
and stop this guy called the Stag Lord, which is like a bandit king, basically. And so it's your character. I picked a dwarf tower shield fighter.
Okay.
He's got a big old shield. And you start with them and a halfling bard.
Mm.
And the bard, it's really cool, is whenever there's like, we have to make like dialogue decisions, basically, because there's like parts in the game where like your decisions affect the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's written because the bard is writing a book about your adventures. So those section, it plays out like
cool.
a book.
Yeah.
And it's like a choose your own adventure. You choose your dialogue or what you do and that.
Yeah.
And then it switches to like the real time stuff where like your characters are making like dex checks if you have to go over like a gap, or if like one of your party members has a high enough perception or like stealth, it'll automatically alert you when there's a trap or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. It's very, very like role playing, like very much like playing Pathfinder.
Actually playing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Super fun. I haven't played a
That's
ton
cool.
of it yet. There's a couple of fights I've walked into. I'm like, oh, I could get this. And then I lose real quick. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, maybe not.
Right.
Because you only start with, I think you could have up to five or six in your party, and you only get 3 to start with. Or
Okay.
4. You get 4. You get like your character, there's a bard, a barbarian, and a cleric.
Okay.
But you could also like potentially not have the cleric. Because like the tutorial is basically like, you're in this castle where this like lord invited you, and the next day you're supposed to set off for your adventure. But that night it gets attacked by assassins. So the tutorial is like you fighting through all the assassins and stuff.
Yeah.
And the cleric is lying wounded. So you could like save him, or you could fail a check and kill him. Like,
yeah. That's cool.
So it's like very open ended.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And like when you're going to different town, like when you're traveling different parts of the map, it's like a different mechanic where you're just like, it's a little icon and you can pick which direction on the map, and you have random encounters. You could rest on the road, and you could appoint different characters for different parts of the rest. Like one's like standing guard, one's the cook, one's like hiding your camp so you're not attacked at night.
That's cool.
The other one's like hunting. It's really cool.
Sounds dope.
Yeah. So if you're fans of role-playing games, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And I think you said it was on Game Pass now?
I think it might be on Game Pass.
Because there's 2 now. There's Kingmaker, and then I think the second one's called Path of the Righteous, I think. They came out like this year, or last year, I think.
Yeah.
But super cool. I plan on playing a whole bunch of it. But that's all I had.
Hold, please.
Hold.
I don't think it's on Game Pass, but I think it was on like a crazy ass sale maybe last week.
I think I bought it for like $10 or $15 last week on Steam.
Yeah, it's $40. Does not have a option to play on Game Pass. But anyway,
it's worth it.
Anyway, sounds like it.
Yeah,
Sounds fun.
I'm gonna play more and let you know.
Cool.
sick.
That's all the recommendations I had.
I think that's all the recommendations.
Is that all of them?
It is. Do you know what that means, don't you, Dave?
Oh, I think I do know what that means.
Yeah.
It's time for Hanging Big Brain with Dave.
Hanging Big Brain with Dave.
Yeah.
What do you think it's gonna be?
No, none.
All right, fine.
Nope.
So
Hanging Big Brain.
I listen to the show because I'm a good co-host boy.
Oh
Or host boy. So this quiz is inspired by Barry's quiz.
Oh my God.
Barry did a show quiz.
Yeah.
This quiz is a quiz from the show you guys did last week.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
So you guys ready?
Fuck you and Barry.
Love you, Barry. We got him. This is 10 questions, not multiple choice. Deal with it, Shane. I don't know. That was way more aggressive than it should have been.
Jesus.
But I'll need buzzers.
Fuck Dave.
Whoa.
Hold on. Let me tweak yours. Yours wasn't on. All right, now try it.
Dave's the greatest person in the world.
There we go.
What the fuck, Dave?
What? I just turned it on from my control desk. You want to try it again?
No.
All right, I reset
fine.
it.
I'll keep that one.
All right. Shane, what's yours?
That was aggressive.
I like Shane's the best. All right, you guys ready?
Sure.
Question number 1. Who is Russell waiting for at the start of the show? Come on, you guys talked about it last week.
That was aggressive.
Shane!
Guffman.
Incorrect.
Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell!
Myself?
No.
Because I have to come sit down?
Incorrect.
Oh, I don't know.
You were waiting for Pedro Pascal.
I was waiting for him?
Yeah, you're waiting for him to come over. Because of the end of the world.
Oh.
You both got it wrong. All right, question number 2.
I really don't remember shit after we're done.
That's why I did this quiz.
I thought I did, but I didn't remember that.
Keep you on your toes.
All right.
Number 2. Did Barry have a bill for Dave?
That was aggressive.
Shane?
No, he did not.
He did not. Thank God.
I didn't.
1 point for Shane. Pick it up, Russell.
I fucking swear to fucking Dave.
Yes.
Question number 3. How much did Dangerous Men make in the theater?
That was aggressive.
Shane?
$37.
Incorrect.
Oh, shit.
Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell?
$37,000?
Incorrect. It was $70.
I was
No.
thinking 74 after I said 37. I was
Yeah.
like, 74?
$70 it made.
$70.
4 days.
That's where the 4 came from.
Shane's winning.
I'm aware.
Number 4. How many times was the word whale said?
Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell?
7 times.
Incorrect.
What the fuck?
Fuck you, Dave.
Keep you on your toes.
That wasn't my buzzer. That was me.
That was aggressive.
Shane?
3.
Incorrect. The answer is at least 10.
Ah!
Number 5.
God damn it.
You guys don't even know your own show, man.
Come on!
Number 5. Who is Brendan Urie?
Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell? Or is it Brandon?
Did you say Brendan?
Brandon is what I meant to say.
Brandon is not his name.
Brendan.
There you go.
Brendan.
He's the lead singer of Panic at the Disco.
Correct!
And songwriter of Panic at the Disco.
Correct. I put Panic Disco Guy, so that works.
Thought it was a trick question.
I did too. That's why I was like, wait, did you say Brandon or did you say Brendan?
You can't ask questions after you buzz in.
Correct.
Okay.
Shane, it's tied now.
Yeah, I know.
Number 6. Does Shane like the Moon Knight show?
That's
Dave's the
aggressive.
greatest person in the whole wide world. Please let me answer, Dave. Please let me answer.
I wish I could, buddy.
It's his favorite show in the whole wide world.
Correct. Shane.
No.
Correct. Shane.
Actually correct.
Yeah.
I actually
Actually.
almost had a fucking meltdown at work about how much I hate the Moon Knight show. Because I was just like randomly scrolling through Reddit and like saw this post that was like, I just don't understand, man. I don't get it. I don't understand how people liked it.
That's bad.
I was real mad.
But you were correct in
Thanks.
getting that question correct. Number 7. How much karma does Russell have on Reddit?
That was aggressive.
Shane.
I don't know, like 20.
Incorrect.
I don't fucking remember what I said. Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell.
I don't know, like 37?
Oh, the correct answer was 39, maybe?
Oh.
We
both remembered that it was not for sure.
I just thought maybe it was the same number as the same amount of dicks that she sucked.
This better be including me.
Number 8.
That's a clerk's joke.
It was a clerk's joke.
Yeah. Don't suck any dicks on your way across the parking lot. How you get back here?
Number 8.
Number 8.
What was Shane's buzzer?
Damn it. Damn it.
I programmed them every week.
I'm just going to let Russell get it wrong. I don't remember.
No one? No one?
Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell.
Hooah!
Incorrect.
Oh.
Al Pacino was not last week.
Well, I was trying to do the Nicolas Cage hooah.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
Give up?
Yeah.
It was beep boop.
Oh, fuck. It was beep boop.
Beep boop. You guys are tied still, right?
No.
No?
It's 2-1.
Oh, yeah. 2-1 to Russell.
I'm winning.
Oh, yeah. Shane's winning. Never mind.
What
2-1 to
was the
Shane.
other question I got right?
All right. Number 9. You're not going to get this one either.
Oh, fuck.
What was the answer to question 4 of Hanging Big Brain with Dave?
Fuck you!
Like, today, question 4?
Nope.
Last week, question 4.
That was aggressive. The name
Shane.
of the name of the game was Quizzin' with Barry.
Okay, well, answer the question.
No, you got the name wrong.
Oh, I did.
So it's
invalid.
yeah, it's an invalid question.
Invalid
So
question.
now you got to come up with one on the spot.
All right. What was the answer to question 4 of Barry's quiz?
I've been duped.
He fucking got you.
You guys give up?
That was aggressive.
You already answered.
That's a different question.
Fair. Shane.
42.
Incorrect.
Dave's the greatest person in the whole wide world.
Russell.
Plushy D20.
Incorrect.
Fuck. That's the only question I could remember from last week.
That was number 10, I think.
It was Trains, Pets, and Sharkula, the dying light of massive talent.
Fuck off, man. There's no way in hell we were gonna get that.
I hope you and Barry are happy with yourselves. You guys have successfully ruined the game.
Barry?
And he just lost it.
Fuck! Sorry, Barry. Number
That
10.
was my revenge. Oh, we still have another one?
Yeah, that was 9.
That was number 9.
So we're still at 2-1?
Yep.
Number 10.
I'm going to tie it up.
Who loves all of you?
Dave's the
That
greatest
was
person in the whole wide world.
Yep.
Russell.
Dave.
Fuck yeah, it's Dave. Correct.
We tied.
You're tied.
2 out of 10.
Congratulations.
Hey, that means between the two of us, we got 4 out of 10 questions right.
We still failed.
Yeah, now you know how I feel every fucking week.
So you guys learned a little something now.
I mean, it's not news to me that I'm a failure. Come on now.
Whoa. But
I
you
said
guys
how I
tied.
felt every fucking week.
Now you know how I feel.
I don't have a tiebreaker.
It's okay.
So you both win in
No.
my eyes.
Yeah, we got 2. 2.
Yeah, to both of us, we both lost.
Yeah.
That's right. You both lost then.
Thank you.
Ties are losing.
Getting 2 questions right is losing. I don't care if he still only got 1 right. Fuck.
I'm really glad I made that question. I had a
shit.
dumb idea. I'm like, I'm doing this.
That
Thanks,
was
Barry.
good.
Thanks,
That was
Barry.
good. That was a good follow-up,
Oh my god.
Dave.
Thank you. Unfortunately, though, because this is the end of Hanging Big Brain with Dave, it's also the end of the show.
I just realized how often you don't touch me. It's usually me touching you
Yeah.
because you touched me, and I was like, why is that so weird? Oh, it's usually me touching Dave.
He does touch me a lot.
I do.
A lot when the camera's off, too.
Shh.
I mean, what?
That's going to come back in like 15 years.
Yeah.
And I'll deny it. This has been the DQP Weekly. I've been, yep, boy.
Yep, boy.
And with me, as always, is the Shane Dog, a.k.a. Shane Nasty.
Ew, that's gross.
Also with us is Russell the Love Muscle.
Oh, yeah. If you were listening earlier, you know why Dave calls me that.
I'll deny it, though. a.k.a. Producer Russell.
Hey, thanks for listening, guys. Tune in next week and check us out on social media.
Please.
Facebooks, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. Just search Drafty Quarters Productions on all of those. And go over to our Patreon page and, lend us a hand. $1. Don't lend us $1. Give us $1.
We would love $1.
Sign up on our Patreon under our general support tier. For $1 a month, you can help us work on getting new equipment and paying our contractor for our social media services. Once again, thank you, Rachel.
Yes,
we love you.
And, you can just, really, honestly, like $1 a month is not, it might not seem like a lot to you guys, but it would help us out a lot. So hook us up with that. We do have a Valentine's Day special episode coming out.
Really?
This fucking month. Yeah.
On Valentine's Day?
Yeah, so this thing happened back in October. You left the studio for 20 minutes and Davila showed up.
That fucking guy?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And so then I was kind of joking around about him doing a show on the show. And then he came back later. And was like, hey, were you being serious? And I kind of felt bad because he seemed like he kind of maybe needed it. So, and then he has a friend named Dougula.
I think he's a count.
Yeah, Count Dougula. You've heard of him?
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
You gave those guys a show?
Yeah, so they have a show on it's on Patreon.
Okay.
Good.
But you should support Patreon and watch that show maybe.
Yeah.
But Davila's a dick.
Yeah.
More like
He's all
Dickula.
right. I mean, I don't like.
Oh my god, there's gonna be a guest. Dicula.
It's just Dave with a cape and a penis costume on. Dicula.
It doesn't work on an audio medium.
I will infiltrate that podcast.
So it's gonna be
Take care of Davila.
Davila, Count Dougula, and Dicula.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I gotta come up with a voice for Dicula.
But yeah, so very special Valentine's Day episode movie review as Dougula and Count Dougula and Davila review The Notebook. It is called Love Eternal, and it will be out on February 14th for those of you on our $1 tier.
They're doing The Notebook?
Yep.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Who gave those guys microphones?
We did.
Yep.
I didn't. I was passed out in the bathroom. That's what happens when Davila comes around. Well, you shouldn't hang out with him.
He's all right sometimes. I mean, in small doses.
We prefer you.
Oh, guys.
Yeah.
That's all we had for the show.
Yep.
Right?
That's it.
So we will catch you on the flip side. And don't let your meat loaf. Bye. Subscribe to Patreon, please.
been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.